A riddle for you. What is both a standalone game and an expansion playable with all previous versions of that game? Fools! It's the Red Dragon in 10!
That's right, Slugfest Games presents The Red Dragon Inn 10, a new standalone expansion to the Red Dragon Inn, now on Kickstarter. Like each previous version, 10 is a card game all about a group of dungeon crawlers heading to the tavern to see who's left standing at the end of the night.
So I says to the goblin, show me your component pouch first.
Version 10 can be played all by itself with up to 6 players, or you could mix and match characters from any Red Dragon Inn game or expansion. This edition will have 6 new characters, including Dominique the Resourceful and Trapmaster Alaric, along with new drinks and prizes. It is a fully stretched Kickstarter campaign, so plenty of characters and content will be revealed throughout, including content that won't be in the retail version of the game.
Just like how I won't be sharing my health potions. Deal with it, sucker.
To see all the details and get your hands on a copy, head on over to slugfestgames.com/getrdi10 and check out the Red Dragon Inn 10 today.
Now I wonder what that verbal spell component does. slugfestgames.com/getrdi10. Oh no! It's making me have fun with my friends!
I think the Firelink theme song is very mean. I think it should be less mean, personally. But hello, everyone, and welcome back to Firelink Podcast, episode number 88 for Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Marty Sleever here, joined by Nick Calandra, Casey Wosu, and producer Eric. And we've got an episode chock full of news to talk about. We've got sad news. We've got the death of an industry luminary, which is just one of those things that I feel like is going to start happening more and more. Which is very strange. So we'll be talking about that. Major departures at the developer Rare. More drama in the MindsEye Build a Rocket Boy fiasco from earlier this year. And then, of course, our main topic, which is the double-sided coin for the Pokemon company of, hey, you released a new game, and after an hour and a half, I'm really enjoying it. But also, you suffered one of the worst leaks I've seen in a very long time. Leaks / hacks / whatever we want to call that. So we'll also be breaking that down, including and then stuff we've been playing and all that. Look at us. We did it. What an intro.
It's a lot.
Do we even have to do the rest of the show? That feels like if everyone just kind of
that's how TikTok works, right? And that's super popular.
Yeah, you can do a new series, the news in 15 seconds.
But it's not even the news. You should just tell them this is going to be like, this is what the news would be. But yeah, go do your own research.
Had we told you, but we didn't.
Had we told you. How are you guys doing? Casey, you said you're already a little worried because you're leaving for Milwaukee in like a day and a half and you haven't done anything yet?
Pretty much. I've done literally no level, like not even a single iota of preparation for like leaving this place and getting on a plane. But I did take off tomorrow in order to dedicate the full day to getting ready. So that is the plan. And hopefully I won't forget anything important.
My problem is I have all the stuff. Well, first off, my trip is very, very easy when I see.
Like, you can hop in a car, right?
But also, all of that stuff is fine. My problem is I have a shit ton of like work in this office I need to get done. Like I need to capture a bunch of footage, record a bunch of VO tomorrow for like several videos that are going to air over the course of like the next month. So that's fine. No one's crying. That's fine. I'm certain.
You got more time though.
I got more time. Think about that. Nick, how are you doing?
Doing all right. Just busy week, driving mom around to doctor's appointments and getting Unpacked written, which I finally did. The long-awaited beginner's guide to Souls Likes that I promised months and months and months ago, so people don't have to ask me about that anymore.
Did you bring up another Crab's Treasure? I probably should have said that before you recorded VO.
Before you finished it.
I put in there. It's only the ones I've fully played through. I've never.
Okay, good. It's Nick
another Crab's
beginner
Treasure never
guide.
like really.
Mm.
Yeah, another Crab's Treasure like never really hooked me. I'm not
Yeah.
huge on the aesthetic.
It never pinced you. Ooh, is that
Like,
that's a crab word, right?
Yeah.
I mean, hook still works. It's like underwater
Hook it-
creatures they get.
A crab does like kind of do little hookies, so that was good.
Mhm.
But also,
Um,
if you did fishing and you picked up a crab, you can use a hook, right? Well, no, they use cages, right?
Yeah. I don't think anyone catches crabs with hooks, but I don't actually know that.
I mean, unless you're
that's
real
true.
nice, like
Sure.
top tier fisherman.
Just a
The
real
only
good
way I've seen
fisherman.
people catch crabs is what's the deadliest catch?
Oh yeah, that's
That's
right.
not-
Yeah,
That's not where I thought you were
And
going
half
with
the
that.
time
I'll
they're
be
just
honest.
screaming.
catch crabs
You know
when
what?
you
As soon as
go
I- as soon
when
as
you
I
go
started saying
downtown
that's not how I heard how people catch crabs. I knew you were going to think that.
after you go play beer pong with the boys. And two bits of housekeeping before we jump into the news bits. One, as you know, a bunch of us are going to be away for the next few weeks, and so streaming schedules are going to be a bit wonky. However, the current plan is for us to do an in-person, well, at least in person with the three of us, Firelink next week. The normal day, it might be a little earlier in the day though, because the Adventure Night shooting is always going to be in the evening. So our plan is to hopefully be able to do a live one in the same room for the first time ever from Milwaukee, slightly less than 1 week from now, maybe like 4 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. Central. But yeah, more on that shortly next week. And then the other bit of housekeeping, which Snake in the Garden at our $5 tier and above on Patreon. Remember, if you're at that tier, you're able to contribute to the show. Asked, can we get an update on the draft? And then said Genki Boys Rise Up. I didn't say Genki Boys Rise Up. I wouldn't say that. I think I want all of us to rise up together.
Like legally, I don't think you can say that. I think
I don't think Nintendo's gonna be very mad at us this episode between the Genki Boys and this Pokemon stuff.
The standings updated again.
Yeah, I've put the draft in there, and if you look at projected points, we are all within about 8 points at the end of the season. It is very close. So some big updates that have happened is Skate Story got a release date, which is exciting for Casey and a bit scary for Nick, depending on if the game is good. And let me tell you, that demo is a humdinger. I have not had an experience with a demo in ages that I've had with Skate Story. I don't know if that's going to reflect its points, but if I was scoring that demo, 1,000 out of 5. It was the
I couldn't tell if that was positive or negative.
Oh, sorry, no,
it is finishing that sentence.
So good. Like it is so
great.
Like in a lab for me. I don't know how it's going to review, but it is 100% a game for me. Which I'm excited for that. And then of course Casey also has Metroid Prime coming, Ninja Gaiden 4, which I think reviews will probably be dropping imminently for that.
Can't wait.
Not from us, but from folks. And then that Hamura Hime game, which has a demo,
I don't know if that's,
but
I don't know if
think it's coming
out.
this year.
if you don't got a release date, I don't try. Like, I feel like if we're real late in the year, if you don't have someone to dance with
might be
by
rough.
this point, you might be alone. Nick still has, since Cairn got delayed, Nick is currently in first place point wise, but you only have one game left, and that's Demon School, which got delayed out of the Silk Song, the Silk Song aftermath into November. So we'll see how that is. And then I
did get Ball Pit though for an 87.
You did a big Ball Pit. Yeah, which launched to some big ups, and then other recent ones like Casey had the Final Fantasy Tactics, Evil East Chronicles, which was an 89, so that was a banger. And then I have, in terms of games I know are going to be coming out, Black Ops 7 and The Keeper, which is the new Double Fine game, which is also coming out in like a week or two, and then Mina the Hollower, which is a big question mark because it was supposed to come out on Halloween, and then it got delayed, and they said it's delayed for a little bit. They didn't say what that is, so
yeah, that's kind of
so we don't know if that's
ominous.
this year. We don't know if that's this year or not. And then of course I had Pokemon as well, which dropped today and it's currently at an 81 apparently. So like I said,
ourselves on Metacritic and drop that score.
Don't you dare! If I could just score Pokemon after 90 minutes, let me say, if Skate Story was 1,000 out of 5, this is 10,000 out of 5. Greatest game ever. I still don't understand why they don't have voice acting in these games, but that's fine. That's neither here nor there. That's for later on in the show. So yeah, we'll have more updates for the draft in the coming weeks as more of these games release. And then a couple super chats came in. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I lost it. Oh my god, it's fucking gone. It's gone. No, it's here. Northern Kato. Oh, is it doing the thing again where it's like giving the names? Or is that always how it is?
I don't know what you're
Pretty
doing
sure we
right
always
now.
get
I
the
wish I could
names.
help.
I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
you know
I
how
also don't know.
YouTube would occasionally be like, oh, it's no longer your handle. It's like your actual like URL name. Remember that in comments? Am I the only one who
No.
remembers that? Did I make that up?
I've never seen
Okay.
that before.
I probably made it up. Northern Kato, thank you so much for the 279 Canadian dono. Finally beat the last judge in Silk Song. Cheers. Hell yeah, Northern Kato. Fuck
Well
Act 1.
done.
You're on to Act 2 now.
Yeah, the real
game
act.
only gets better from there, in my mind. Game only gets better from there. So
It's true.
that's huge. I think if you could beat the last judge, like there's a couple more hurdles, but I feel like if you could beat the last judge, you can get through the game. Like if you have the perseverance to beat the last judge judge is not the hardest boss by any means, but
It's the run back though.
yeah, the run back's tough.
It's the run back to the last judge in combination that makes that so trying.
You guys must not have found like the quickest path there, because that run back is easy.
To the last judge. I mean, I didn't think it
Yeah.
was that difficult, but it is like a very like dexterous platforming challenge.
I know that there's a shortcut from a different area entirely, but like
To where you can get into the castle without like if you
Well,
go
no,
through the
okay.
mist, right?
yeah, there is a super roundabout way to bypass the last judge
Mhm.
entirely. But if you're talking about not doing the run back from the bench that is in that same area to the last judge, the only other one that I'm aware of is an entirely different area where you drop down from the ceiling. And you have to do a lot of running around avoiding the last judge in other areas in order to unlock that before the last judge. Because I think naturally you would just have to deal with that first. So if someone was running scared from the last judge in order to find that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. What a good game though. I still think about that game. I wish I could just
It's
Men in Black
great.
myself and play it again without remembering any of it.
Like the little bits that are still left, I wish I could, like it's stuff that I missed and can't go back and do. But I wish there was a way for me to go back and just do because I'm at 89%. And I think a bulk of the back of that is like the bestiary, which I don't care about that much. But I would have at least wanted to fight every single boss I could have. And I think there's like one or two that I did actually miss
The
out
tough
on.
thing is like there's also no like there's no way to really know. Right?
Yeah.
There's like a bunch. I'm always like, I don't know what I have left, and there's like no checklist for me to figure that out. But yeah,
That's
good.
why you turn it off when the credits roll.
Good ass.
You don't have
game.
to ever worry about it.
I didn't even watch the credits. I don't respect anyone who works on games. Witticism, $5 dono. Thank you so much, Witticism. Marty, thank you for telling me to juggle those fleas. I did not expect such a significant reward, and 100% would have put that off until the end of Act 3. It's also just fun to juggle fleas. I really like that flea circus. I think that's like a neat. I think it's a much cooler evolution than the sluggy bugs in the first game. Because it's like moving and it actually has a story, whereas in the first game it's like bring me back my little sluggy babies. You're just kind of stationary there. Whereas in this, it's
that's just a collectathon, and
you're like adding folks to
line.
it. And, good game. And then Mindule, thank you so much for a $2 dono. Let's play a game. Which regular am I actually? Exactly. The names are different. I'm not crazy right now. I don't know who Mindule is. See? It's Fungus Finder. How did you know that?
Just guessed.
That can't be
okay.
true.
So I am seeing what you're seeing then, but I didn't
got
realize that
gaslit.
those,
What is
those
going
are
on?
different people. No, because like there are other people who do have their regular names, but I guess their names just match what their handles are.
I'm gaslit by the news 24/7, and I come on the podcast and I'm gaslit by you guys. The fuck?
I just know our community so well and how they like type that I just guessed it was Fungus Finder just by that alone.
That's insane.
I mean, it's the same.
How does he
It's the
type?
same profile
master.
image too, though.
I'm also
Like,
a
just
master of
that
guessing.
I don't know what
lowercase
Fungus
f.
Finder's profile is. Just a big mushroom.
No, it's a lowercase f.
I don't respect that.
I'm also just a master gaslighter. It's fine.
You are a master gasser. But more importantly, let's veer this into, let's take a hard right now into the news. Woke up this morning to incredibly surprising news that the creator of Dead or Alive and the director of the original 3D Ninja Gaiden game for the Xbox, Tomonobu Itagaki, passed away at the age of 58. And this came from but like the details around it aren't public yet, but it was a kind of a message he had prepped for when he did die that he posted on Facebook. And then there were, eulogies from a lot of his, contemporaries in the Japanese development scene, folks like Harada and Kamiya. Like this was a guy who, obviously I've goofed about him because I have that one story where him and his entourage took all our breakfast at an E3. But this guy was foundational, I think, in my mind, for Xbox. Like this was one of the first. Sure. This was like one of the first Japanese partnerships that Xbox had with both Dead or Alive and with Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, and both those games they kind of shaped the identity of the Xbox brand early on. Because Xbox only had like Halo, and then they had the Dead or Alive girl, and then they had Ryu Hayabusa.
Yeah, and then I think that kind of opened the door for them to get their partnership with Mistwalker and everything, and Sakaguchi, and obviously Xbox had its share of problems with Japanese games in general. But an incredibly sad thing at such a young age, and also just one of those things that like. When I cover movies and TV and stuff on the Rewind, and it feels like almost every episode there is like a notable actor, director, writer, someone who's passed away just because, there's people in their 80s and 90s doing this. But these video game developers, especially like the ones we know early on from the 80s, from the 90s, from the aughts, like are getting up there in years. And we had Iwata 10 years ago or so, but like, this is something we're going to have to deal with in terms of, video game luminaries are going to start passing away at a relatively frequent click just because that's how age works. And so a really tough thing to read, especially like seeing the responses from some of his like peers and colleagues, like the Harada response, like really got to me of like, the last message we had, he talked about how like the last time we texted, we promised we'd get drinks and work on something together, and we'll never be able to do that now. And like that's a really like holy shit kind of moment. So,
did he have like a terminal disease or anything? Or,
I don't know. I think I with what little I know about Japan as a whole, I know like when a death like this happens, a lot of times it's kept much more kind of private and close to the vest compared to. When a celebrity dies in the States, you tend to have like a press release come out about it and an obituary. So something with the fact that there was almost like a message prepped does make me think it was something, it wasn't just like a heart attack.
His message was kind of like knowing that it would be, and it was like planned and it would be read posthumously. So I do.
So, really sad, but just, he was one of those kind of early Japanese, like, quote unquote rock star developers that, like whose name people knew, like it was kind of after that wave of like Sakaguchi and Kojima, like he was in that next wave when we learned about folks like Sakurai and the
Kamiya.
Johnny Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, Kamiya. Yeah, what's the Kingdom Hearts? Why did I call him Johnny Kingdom Hearts?
Johnny Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah. What the fuck? What happened in my brain?
No, shit.
Eric, where are you? Why aren't you typing it? Eric, 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 I need you. What is his name?
Chat,
I'm losing my goddamn mind. I can't handle this.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's falling out of my brain.
Where are you all? How is no one responding? We're not even live. We can't be live anymore. How has no one answered this? How is chat so quick to actually us? They're so quick to actually us, and no one has told me.
Uematsu?
No, Nomura. Grunger,
Nomura.
Thank you. Grunger, thank you. Everyone else, fuck off and die.
Wow.
What a terrible way to end this segment of any segment. Thank you, everyone.
We apologize.
The audio version of this is going to be like, I'm going to get it for you, Marty.
God. Rest in peace, Itagaki.
You all weren't on the ball today.
Rest in peace, Itagaki. I wish it was every single one of you instead of him.
If we mispronounce something, that you are on our case.
That was
Damn, if we ask for help.
that was the longest 15 seconds I have ever experienced in my life. That was
You know, it
insane.
did look like you just had a midlife crisis.
That was terrible. That was terrible, and I hated it all.
Terrible.
That was terrible. That
was
was
pretty
terrible.
funny. I liked it.
I hated every second of it.
Thought it was
Okay, moving on to more sad news, but less sad. In like the gradients of sad, this is less sad than the previous one, but still kind of sad. Is news that Greg Mayles, who was the probably the most tenured person at Rare, the director of Donkey Kong Country 1, Donkey Kong Country 2, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Nick's beloved Viva Pinata, creative director of Sea of Thieves, has left the company after 35 years. And kind of the writing was on the wall with this one because his big project was Everwild. Yeah, his big project was Everwild, and VGC reported on that a couple months ago that he would be leaving. So that, like, you know, one person doesn't make a company, but that truly feels like an end of an era for Rare, which, you know, you could say that Rare post Xbox acquirement never quite
they were kind of a different beast by that point anyhow.
Yeah, but it is like, you know, Sea of Thieves was like arguably their, you know, biggest game ever. That might be like their most profitable game ever. But really bummed to hear that. And I just don't know what, with Everwild's cancellation, I don't know what the future of Rare looks like. Like, is Sea of Thieves forever? Is there going to be a Sea of Thieves 2? Like,
I mean, they're on season 17, and it's going strong on both PlayStation and Xbox. So,
yeah, I guess it had that multi-platform release that kind of rejuvenated it.
Yeah, I'm assuming with him gone, we'll never get Viva Pinata 3 from them. So if he goes and starts a new studio, I have $100 to invest in whatever Viva Pinata like he decides to make. So,
yeah,
like my dream lives on.
Without knowing, because we do know that you know, he kind of stepped away because of the cancellation of his latest project. But if we hadn't known that, I would have been inclined to think, similarly to how you're saying, like, we're of an age now where like all these kind of luminary, well-known game directors are kind of exiting in one way or another, that this may have just been a regular retirement. Like 35 years is a long time.
Sure. Yeah. And it's
so like, it could have been the case that he was working on his last thing anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if him leaving the company is him leaving the industry. Like, he's just going to enter into retirement to like chill going forward.
He can't until he gives me Viva Pinata 3. It's not allowed.
You're not allowed to retire.
It's just not allowed.
And this is also, there's been reports that we should expect another round of Microsoft layoffs early next year. So
that Game Pass money sure is paying forward.
Oh God, what a goddamn disaster. So this one was just hit particularly close to me just because the Donkey Kong Country games and Banjo-Kazooie are among my literal favorite games of all time. So sad to see this. But
a smart studio to pick them up.
What was that?
Platonic.
Yeah, I mean, so Platonic, Casey just reviewed Yuka Replayly, and Platonic was formed from a bunch of former Rare folks who wanted to make a game.
Know those dudes, right? Yeah.
He would, yeah. It'd be funny if they were like, you got to start on the bottom rung. You were an entry-level designer now.
Back to QA you go.
Yeah. Sad, but hopefully that he could just either enjoy retirement, or if he wants to do something creative, I'm imagining he can find an outlet that could use him, given his pedigree. And then the last smaller story before we get to the big old Pokemon stuff is just another piece of the giant rat's nest that is the Build a Rocket Boy / MindsEye quagmire that's been going on for the past couple months, but also seemingly for the past couple years. For those who may have forgotten, Build a Rocket Boy was the studio founded by Leslie Benzies, the director of Grand Theft Auto 5, and started this studio, and it was a big kind of like a giant metaverse-ish project planned, where there's like MindsEye is going to be a game in this larger universe that is also leans on UGC and everything, and MindsEye is going to be our proof of concept. Of course, that came out and it was like literally disastrous, just like a truly atrocious game that should not have been shipped in that form by any means, especially by a AAA company that had seemingly, millions upon millions of dollars behind it. But there's an open letter that's been attributed to 93 employees and past employees of Build a Rocket Boy in the UK have pretty much just accused the higher ups at the studio and management of some of the worst working conditions you can imagine. Just constant mandatory crunch over the last few months that isn't being paid back on the backside, like a terrible handling when it came to layoffs and redundancies, the not listening to the folks who actually know what is going on with the game when they're warning them that we cannot release the game like this, or what you are expecting is not possible. And like a complete lack of communication and lack of accountability post-release of what is the future of this game, because we released a game that is a disaster, and are we going to fix it? And this was just the crunch thing got me thinking, where they said, oh, this was mandatory crunch for 4 months leading up to launch. And I have to imagine, speculation, that this is something that Leslie Benzies has done his whole career, except it has, every time he's done it before, it's led to Game of the Years, right? It's led to Grand Theft Autos. It's led to Red Dead Redemptions. And so people tend to be like, you can forget about crunch because we got GTA 4. But it's almost easier for people to point at the disgusting nature of crunch when it leads to something like a MindsEye. Sorry, Nick.
I think, I was going to say, I think this indicates to, Rockstar's crunch problems and how they've fixed them post him being there.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good indicator of the type of culture he created even at his own studio before this. And this game and this studio is just like, if you're gonna make a book about the failures of the industry and money just rotting out, executives, like, this is the poster child for that. 100%. Everything I've heard about this, what I've seen on LinkedIn from people, just absolutely just bullshit everything around this game.
Yeah, I'm hoping for either like a People Make Games doc or a Schreier story or something out of this that, like, I'm fascinated to know, because I think you can learn a lot from successes, and you can learn even a lot more from disasters. And so, I for one would be very curious to know, to be a fly on the wall during the development of this game, and at what point did they all realize that this is going terribly, terribly wrong.
I would imagine most of them probably felt that way. I would imagine most of the developers felt that way as soon as they started talking about metaverse shit.
Yeah, love that word. Love that metaverse.
because who's talked about metaverse in the last year?
Yeah,
is Fortnite even mentioning it anymore?
I don't believe so. No.
It's all that generative AI that's going to save us all.
Well, now the buzzwords are generative AI and UGC, or user generated content. So everybody's trying to go the Roblox model now.
Incredibly against UGC, but I love UGK. In case you know who UGK is, International Players Anthem.
Oh,
yeah,
that is not what.
No,
for some reason I was thinking MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, and was like, "What are you talking about?"
I think I just have neutral Machine Gun Kelly. I don't care about him at all. I think I saw him in a movie once, and he was decent, and that's my only thoughts of Machine Gun Kelly.
He's ass, is what he is.
Okay, great. I'm fine with that. I have no thoughts on Machine Gun Kelly. I'm not going to defend that man. I think the name Machine Gun Kelly is dumb. So I guess I do have.
When I was growing up, I always picture Machine Gun Kelly as like a macho military guy based on what he was, because I didn't pay attention that closely.
Yeah, and he ends up looking like that as Eric.
And then the very first time I see a picture of him, it's when he started dating Megan Fox. I'm like, what? That's Machine Gun Kelly. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. He's tall. Got something going for him. Also terrified me when you said growing up when I heard of him. And I'm like, has he been around that long? Casey, you had to feel a little bit of that too when he said it, right?
Listen, I just got reminded that I started college 12 years ago, and I have my own crisis, so you guys can join in on me with that.
Yeah, I definitely also started college 12 years ago, not 20.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
Casey, did you have any thoughts on that?
Not really. Just I agree with you in terms of the fascination of the inner workings of a disaster. Like it's terrible that the folks who went through that had to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of the worst jobs I've ever had have the best stories around them. Like
Sure.
you and like the other employees who like were suffering under that BS. Like just have like really fun or interesting ways that you coped with that nonsense. So like I would like to see. Yeah, I would like to see like a Firefest style documentary about what the hell happened at the end of this. So, I mean, yeah, if anything, that's something interesting that can come out of it, and it'll basically be kind of a warning to other devs who think, because like Nick said, that culture of crunch is a real thing that a lot of game studios have been susceptible to, and like it's something that kind of needs to be weeded out at the core, because like they'll teach it to the younger devs and stuff who come up under them, and once they eventually take over, they'll think that's how you make a good game, and it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's just kind of what they've done. So like, yes, give us an example of someone who thought like that and tried that and how badly it went.
Yeah.
Well, see, like the stories like about crunch that I've covered are, stories of camaraderie, of like these guys are like super passionate about a game and want to get it done. Clearly, Leslie Benz has always been not in the ground floor with this stuff, and he's been more at the top.
Oh, sure.
And that kind of crunch is so much different, where it's just mandated from somebody that doesn't get it.
You need to see they pre-released some of those videos where he was like testing the game out in a room with other developers, and it feels like the first time he's ever met a bunch of them. And I'm like, you don't seem like a guy who's actually, you're telling them to crunch, and you don't feel like a guy who's crunching to me.
The thing that made it clear that studio was probably fucked from the beginning was, as soon as the criticism started landing on the game, what does he do? He goes out, well, there's paid people that are
started
shitting on our
all
game.
sorts of.
And I'm like, what other group?
I paid for that game.
I
paid for that game. I didn't expense it. I didn't do anything. I paid for that fucking game. What about what kind of like fucking like crisis actor am I supposed to be in this scenario? What a dumb thing to say.
Remember,
what a piece of shit. Everyone, we just live in this fucking world where you get called out for doing something stupid, and all you do is just lie and say it's not true. And half the people are like, oh, I guess, it's not true. Like, what is going on?
I didn't put that American flag with a Nazi symbol.
No, there's no. I don't know how that swastika got there. Fucking
who did that?
Gremlins. God, I just want to talk about Pokemon.
A really stupid fucking world.
But before we talk about Pokemon, a couple super chats came in. Captain President, I know who that is, because Captain President's name is always Captain President. With a $20 dono. Thank you, Captain President. Thoughts? Would it be a good idea to join a bad organization, say like ICE, and be purposefully terrible at your job? Basically a Tim Robinson character to resist from within, or a bad idea because you're adding to their roster? I would watch a movie about like someone who joins ICE and accidentally brings them down because they're such a fuck up. Like, that'd be funny.
On the one hand, most of ICE are already fuck ups.
Sure,
like they're like these aren't like
these aren't our boldest and bravest. Yeah.
Right. So in order to join their ranks and then try to like take them down from within, I don't know if that's a thing that is possible, because like it's not like a high functioning organization.
Yeah,
you would have to do
like
the right thing.
You'd be surrounded by a bunch of people who are committing crimes. Yeah. So you're either going along with them, not committing crimes, i.e. not doing your job. So they'll probably get rid of you because you're not being as much of a criminal as the rest of them. Or you're just doing crimes with them in order to stay and keep watching what they're doing. And in that case, you're just doing crimes.
Yeah. I guess
so I don't think that's a good idea.
I think the ICE one's a bad example. I think it's mostly like if you really hate a restaurant in your town and you're like, I want to see this restaurant burn to the ground, get a job there, and then you can start
And
laying the
yeah.
seeds to fuck it up from the inside.
Like
So,
a thing has to be good so you can get inside it and make it
Yeah.
worse on purpose. If a thing's already like fucked up, you being on the inside, like
Yeah.
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Panera Bread has
And then
fucked up
ki-
my
and
you
then,
pick two one too many times, so I'm gonna get a job there and destroy it from within.
And then Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares comes into films and gives you a whole brand new restaurant.
There you go. See, perfect. B Smalley, thank you so much for a $2 dono. What are some money-soaked games that have been great? I'm assuming money-soaked games as in games that were like stupid
Just
expensive,
paid out the
I mean,
wazoo.
like Grand Theft Auto. Is that what? Like Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
A lot of first-party
massive
Sony
budgets.
games, like
The
Spider-Man 2 was
Destinies.
crazy
I think
expensive. Destinies,
Yeah, I think a lot of like expensive games do end up being good, but I think it's more in recent years has become more obvious of like bad business decisions from the get-go that lead
Sure.
these games down a bad path. You know, Concord
yeah.
is entering a market that was too competitive for it to enter into, and
It's
nobody wanted
it's like that
the
phrase.
next one.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
that
the
phrase
next-
Jay
the
brings
next
up a lot
one-
in his
go ahead.
videos. Sorry,
Yeah, go ahead.
the cargo cult thinking, right? Where like
Sure.
this very expensive game turned around and made $1 billion. So folks say we have to spend this much in order to get this much out of it. And like you're missing steps here. You're not understanding why that money was spent and how they got the output.
Yeah. Not being able to see the forest
interesting
features.
one. That I know you didn't put it in our document here, but Quantic Dream announcing a free-to-play competitive multiplayer game today.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
going to be a mess, right?
There's no way it can't
So
be. Like,
it looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, but is there an audience for it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like a straight up just hero shooter. It's got like RTS elements into it and some strategy stuff. It
these
reminds me of,
are
like,
making it worse.
It kind of
Things
reminds me of
you're
Goblin
saying are
Command-
making me
look,
more
It kind
angry.
of reminds me of Goblin Commander. So you know what? I'll give it a
Is that
shot
why
when it
you're
gets to the
excited
beta.
now for you're excited? You're like, oh, it's got a little bit of Goblin Commander to it.
It reminds me a little bit of it.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'll give it a shot. The beta's free to try, but
Go for
Quantic
it.
Dream doing a competitive multiplayer game blows my mind.
It's
And
weird.
what I said on Blue Sky earlier today is, to me, that signals a studio that's in crisis, and Star Wars Eclipse is in trouble, and they basically need something to put money on the table. Hopefully,
But this is what they come up with?
Yeah, that's
this is what
I
they
don't
come
know.
up with.
I mean, it feels like it feels like kind of a grasp. It's interesting. I don't know his last name. His name on Twitter is just Dell, but the Cartel Dell, and he's been a artist and a bunch of. He's worked for Naughty Dog, Respawn, Warner Brothers, and stuff. He commented on this story and said, as someone who joined the Batman Arkham team and ended up working on Suicide Squad, and then the Last of Us 2 team, and then ended up working on The Last of Us Online, making a world-class single-player game and making a live service game are as different from each other as building a cathedral and running a theme park. And I thought that quote was like,
Wow, yeah.
kind of all you need to know about how like these are like legitimately different skills. Like they are like barely the same medium. Like they are so different from each other. And to think you can just kind of flip a switch and go from, well, we're making narrative story driven 10-hour games to now we're making a game that is supposed to last forever, just feels like a folly that everyone who's tried to do has fallen into it. Like,
Yeah, and as Eric reminds us, NetEase, I don't know if they own Quantic Dream now, but I think they're a big shareholder in Quantic Dream. So
and that's
these are the types of
their-
games that
that's their
NetEase
bread and
does.
butter.
So.
Might be some
Yeah.
pressure from them,
Yeah.
perhaps.
I don't know. Has
Like-
Quantic Dream ever made a game that actually has like true game mechanics in it?
I don't think they have. Like that's the thing, right? Like of all the sort of single player esque studios who have shifted to multiplayer, Quantic Dream might be the furthest in the single player
Yeah,
direction.
Sure. Well, it's not
Well,
like, we talk about
let's hold on a second. Let's Quantic Dream though. Like people have been kind of ragging on their games for years now, so maybe this is a good shift for them.
Is it?
Stop.
yeah.
I don't consider them world class.
People have been
single-player
ragging on them,
adventure
but their
makers.
games sell well and review well. Like I think people I think normies like their games.
Yeah,
I think
normies like them. Just they
I
obviously
really
people
like
don't like David Cage these days.
yeah, David Cage himself is kind of a meme.
Yeah.
But I really liked it's called Fahrenheit, whatever overseas. What the
Indigo
hell?
Prophecy.
Indigo Prophecy. I really liked Indigo Prophecy back on the original Xbox, and I really liked Heavy Rain on the generation after that.
Yeah.
I kind of got bored of the formula when they moved on to like Beyond Two Souls and the other one.
Yeah. But I do agree with what you said.
I didn't like Beyond Two Souls, but yeah.
But you like Detroit?
Good.
Robo Races?
Yeah, I didn't mind Detroit. It was yeah, it wasn't anything insightful like they thought it was, but yeah.
Oh, no. But no, Casey, you mentioned, and I think I agree with you. This might be the furthest leap for one of these, because we have, like Naughty Dog going into multiplayer. We have Remedy going into multiplayer earlier this year with Firebreak and stuff. At least their games have core combat mechanics to them that can translate to a multiplayer game at that just base level. That doesn't mean obviously they understand what makes a multiplayer game good.
Right,
Whereas
but they're at least further in the direction than a team who has never, as far as I can tell, built a character that like runs like a character that like runs and jumps.
Just 100 people dropping into a level screaming Sean and Jason. I actually watched that. I'd actually play that game to see what's going on there.
Somebody mod Heavy Rain quick.
Please, we need it. King Dead with a $2 dono. Thank you so much, King Dead. Time for our regular reminder that Nick is a baby. I think he's just a baby next to us. You're not a baby. You're like you got the bones of an old man.
I'm an old man at heart.
Yeah.
And body hurts in the morning.
And body. And soul.
A lot of stomach problems.
And those crabs. And then William Gibbs with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. Weaponize your incompetence for a good cause. Honestly, yeah. I think that's beautiful. Yeah, if you're an idiot, be a great idiot. Like,
people do.
That's what Mr. Bean does. Shout out to Mr. Bean, by the way. Mr. Bean joining ICE. Who says no to that?
No, see, I don't think it would work.
Okay, never mind. Casey said no to it.
Like he'd like arrest more people, probably, like just even more incorrect people.
Mr. Bean's going nuts. Okay, let's shift on to our main story, which is like a double-headed Doduo. Ooh, that's a Pokemon with two heads. No, Dodrio is a Pokemon with three heads. Doduo would be a Pokemon with two heads. But it's fine. Doduo, two-headed Pokemon. The Pokemon Company. As we mentioned earlier, Pokemon Legends ZA released earlier today. Nick, have you gotten, or have either of you gotten a chance to play it yet? I know I was talking to Jay a little bit about it because he's been
playing it. No.
Yeah, I put about 4 hours into it.
Wow, it's impressive.
Yeah,
what do you think? I put about 90 minutes. I'm really enjoying the opening so far.
Yeah, I dig it. I think like when you watch people play the combat system, it looks weird. Mm-hmm. But once you actually play it, like get your hands on it, it makes a lot of sense very quickly.
And it feels really good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally just taking the turn-based stuff that you're used to and making it real time, and then putting like little timers on the moves that your Pokemon can do so that it keeps the strategy involved.
That's the thing. That's the big thing for me where I'm like, ooh, this is doing something for me, is all your 4 moves all have different cooldowns. And I am the kind of person, when I play a Pokemon game, I'm like, whatever does the most damage, that's all I'm using. Like, I don't care. I'm not using Tail Whip. I'm not throwing sand at anyone. I'm not doing a defensive curl. I'm doing whatever does the most damage. But now I'm hitting them. I'm like biting them. And then I got to wait for that to cool down. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll use a little Tail Whip. And then I got Ember. And now I'm doing like, oh, maybe I should Tail Whip first because their defense goes down. And then I burn them with a little Ember. Yeah. And then I punch them while I wait for Ember to get back up. And that's nice. I like that quite a bit. I'm
actually concerned that if it goes back to the regular turn-based, it's going to feel like a step back because, yeah, like you're right. Like when you play Pokemon, like I hardly ever use like the status change things.
Yeah. And it's because we're not like if you're like a competitive player.
Yeah, if you're competitive,
we're not
using it. But like as a casual, but as a casual, it almost feels like you're missing half of the combat system because you're not using those buffs and debuffs. In this combat system, you kind of have to.
Yeah,
because it makes a big
difference. With this style, since it is more real time now. You're saying like these 4 moves are working on timers. How do you deal with the opponent also attacking your Pokemon in real time? Like if you try to do a move and your Pidgey gets slapped with a razor leaf, like what? Like does that matter, or are you really just spamming the things you have as soon as they're open?
It's still kind of spam. So I don't want us to oversell this like it's some like incredible tactical thing now where you're doing dodge rolls with iframes and like timing things properly. As far as I know, your attacks don't interrupt their attacks and vice versa. Like you can't even see, you can kind of see that they're running a move, but I don't think you could see like their 4 moves and what their timer looks like.
So you don't even know what your Pokemon's getting hit with, which is something you had access to in the last game?
No, you know what it's getting hit with when it gets hit, but you don't know what it's getting hit with when the thing is charging up to hit it. Unless you're like, well, this thing is a fire Pokemon and it's
like learn the animation.
Little flames. Yeah. And for some people, so the Legends series is, I almost don't want to call it a spin-off from the main series because it's like way more a traditional Pokemon game than like your Pokemon Snap or anything like that, or your Pocket Tournament. But it is different because you, instead of doing these, turn-based battles, they are in real time and you exist on the playfield, but you're not like, you and the rival trainer are both there, but you're not hitting them. They're not hitting you. You are kind of maneuvering around and you don't have direct control over your Pokemon's like movement, but you control what moves they do. And the reason that exists is because in the wild, a Pokemon can knock you out. If like you wander into a zone that's like too strong, like a big old like Onyx can come and like flatten your ass, and you'll wake up in the hospital. You'll wake up fucking dead.
Yeah, it's an interesting take on. Yeah, it's an interesting take. Like I like the combat system, and if you liked how you caught Pokemon in Arceus, like this has that. So like that loop is really fun. What I'm not sold on is the setting. The city is extremely boring.
Yes, that's the tough thing. Whereas, Arceus had this sort of various wide open biomes. This takes place in, I think Lumio City, which is like their version of Paris. And it takes place entirely in the city. And from what I've seen so far, I don't know, maybe the different districts feel very different, but every street has felt the same.
No, they don't feel different. Once you get past like the opening, it opens up, and like, I'm assuming because of some hints like that the game is going to maybe change a little bit visually as you play, but like I don't like you can. So the way you catch Pokemon is like there are what do they call them? Green zone. They're like these green zones that you go into that are wild zones basically. And that's where like these sections of the city have been blocked off for Pokemon just to live normally. And so you go in there and catch Pokemon, but it's like
they're blocked off to live normally, and we go in there and we poach them.
That sounds very illegal.
It looks very illegal, but like it like kind of takes the fun out of hunting down Pokemon. And then the other way you catch Pokemon is like a lot of them live on the roofs. And so there's actually a lot of verticality in the game. So you go up on the roofs and there's lots of Pokemon up there to catch that are a bit more normal, kind of hunting them down. But it like the location, like the world is just so visually drab. And if the gameplay hadn't hooked me quickly, I would have a hard time wanting to continue in this because like I like Pokemon for the adventure of it, and being in a city that's a circle isn't really all that exciting.
Yeah, I'm torn on it because I'm this is a weird statement. I'm a big fan of cities. Like I really like cities. I like real cities and I like fake cities. Like I'm a big urban boy. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, and I think the game has a lot of good micro details. I like the way the characters look. I like the way the Pokemon look, and I like the way certain interiors look. I like your hub is this like old hotel with kind of like a creepy dude at the front desk, it reminds me a little bit of Persona 3. I already don't trust this creepy dude. He's a little too tall and his back is a little bent. He's got gangly arms. He like might be a Slenderman, or he might be a Pokemon. I think the twist might be that he's a Pokemon.
I think he's a Pokemon.
But I like that stuff. I like the music. I like that there's like day and night is like day night. It's almost like the Purge, where at night it's like if you go out at night, trainers are gonna come and fuck you up. So you either stay inside your hotel or you go out at night and you get purged.
Well,
and
to be fair, you have to go to the battle zone for them to do that.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it would be more open, like you just roam the city, but everything is kind of sectioned off, and I don't love that.
Yeah.
That reminds me of how when Sword and Shield came around, they kind of touted the openness of that, how you'd be able to go to like certain places in certain orders, etc. But it was also very sort of cordoned off and still linear in a lot of ways. So it just reminds me that every time I want to get excited about Pokemon doing something new, they still restrict so much. So like I'm really gonna have to wait like another 30 years maybe until like they've taken so many steps in a certain direction that is entirely.
You might not have to wait that long. my last two notes on the game before we get to some of the Patreon comments and then the kind of the other side of this Pokemon coin is Nick and I assume you're also playing on Switch 2, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it runs pretty solidly on Switch 2. Really fast load times.
Sounds great.
So I don't know how the game runs on Switch 1, but just we're playing on Switch 2, and it definitely does not have the like initial run sort of technical issues that Scarlet and Violet did, which it shouldn't because this console is 3 months old. So I don't know. I should hope that games in the first year run fine. Also, it is insane to me that there's not VO in cutscenes. Like I'm fine with reading, but like you're looking at a character and their mouth is moving and there's just no VO.
When at the very front of the game, there's like a news broadcast that's like fully animated and like cinematic. And
I literally thought something was broke. I was like,
I thought something was broken. I googled, is there voice acting in Pokemon ZA? And it's like, no, there's not. I was like, okay, I am not losing.
I bet SEO sites are like, we got to get up that article. People are going to be wondering, like, why are they not speaking to me? A couple super chats before we get into the other big portion of this. Dower Dodger, thank you so much. Not super chats, Patreon comments. Dower Dodger said, "Is there an upper limit on the Pokemon as a concept? Are we going to know any Pokemon in 30 years when possibly 2,000 plus of the buggers exist?" So there are over 1,000 Pokemon at this point
already.
Yeah, and it's been around. Next year is going to be 30 years. So, and the Pikachu's like probably one of the most famous things like on Earth.
Yeah,
it's Pikachu, Jesus, Michael Jordan, Pele, like the Sphinx. I don't know. Like I imagine this is going to still be popular in 30 years. Like if I had to put money on 5 franchises still existing in 30 years that exist now, Pokemon might be the first one I put money on. I might say that's my number one. Lock it in. It'll still be here in 30 years.
Yeah, Pokemon, Garfield.
Garfield?
Because it's ingrained. I watched the video. It's ingrained it's ingrained in society at this point.
Sir John Arbuckle in the chat's finally some representation on my podcast.
Like with Pokemon, like the generation we grew up with, we knew literally every single Pokemon. But then the next generation, we knew a little less, and the next generation, even less. I still every now and then get wind of some new Pokemon, like maybe even through osmosis, maybe forcibly, but like I'll always learn about some new Pokemon that I didn't know about. So I think that trend will probably just continue to infinity.
Especially when it's like, oh, it's a pile of trash, or it's like a bunch of keys.
I literally caught a Pokemon in ZA that is a pile of trash.
Garbodor.
He's Garbodor. I've never seen.
Who did you choose as your starter?
Who do you think?
The Fire Pig?
No. The Croc.
Well, I don't know. There's a Fire Pig, there's a Water Crocodile, and there's a Leaf.
Like it's very
Dinosaur,
telling that you when I picked.
Oh, wait, I know those guys.
That's what Pokemon. Yeah.
Because the starters are from just like Legends Arceus. The starters were older starters that they pulled.
But that pig isn't though. That's missing Cyndaquil,
isn't it?
No, I believe the 3 are
supposed to be with these guys.
The 3 of them are from different generation, or the middle one's from a different generation. Yeah, because these are both Gen 2, I believe, except for the Fire one is from another generation. Yeah.
See, because these guys were like Gen 2. So I actually remember the starters from Gen 2. That's Chikorita, and then the other one is Totodile.
They're both Gen 2, and I believe
Cyndaquil is supposed to be with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did the same thing in Arceus. Those were like Cyndaquil was in Arceus, one of the starters, and then you had that owl, and then you had like a shy otter. Cyndaquil's great. I chose the pig. He seems nice. He seems great. It just reminds me of Babe from the movie Babe. So
Just some hot pork.
some hot. Listen, we're not eating this. Don't call him pork. That's rude. Long pig.
I think my main takeaway from playing ZA though is like I guess I just want to put at this point I just want a Pokemon that just has an interesting world to explore with, you know, actual secrets and puzzles and stuff like that to find.
Yeah.
And leave everything else as it is. The combat, the catching Pokemon, great. But just give me an interesting open world. Because like Violet was almost there. But goddamn that game. The world is bland, ugly, and boring.
So that's Blind Man over in the Patreon said, does Pokemon shackle themselves by not evolving with the times in their main games? Alternatively, does Pokemon need all the experimental games or to just tighten things up? See, I'm a little weird with this. I like the offshoots. I like when Pokemon does something. I like the Pokemon Snap games. Like I liked the Stadium games. I like when I'm excited for this Pokopia? Is that what it's called? The one that's coming out?
The
Pokopia?
Animal Crossing like one.
Yeah. Like I kind of like it when they do something a little weird.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do think they, for being the most profitable thing in the world, they need to kind of get their shit together.
I think they should like really just grab another studio. I mean, they tried. They kind of did that with Arceus, right? Because they had Monolith Soft work on the open world for that.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
Can't be very.
Maybe they came in and were like, "We'll try to do as much."
We'll just help you optimize.
Yeah,
this
maybe they tried to
bit.
fix what it was.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. But I just, you know, I've tried a bunch of different creature collector games and all that.
Yeah, so that was
just none of them have.
So before you continue, Too Many Spreadsheets over in the Patreon said, I was never a huge Pokemon fan, and I haven't tried any of the alternative creature collectors out there. Any recommendations? I know Aethermancer was one that Nick tried, and I think that one just released. Yeah, Nick, I know you've played. You've probably played the most non-Pokemon games. So any recos there?
I didn't mind Temtem. Like I think it's a relatively good time. It's probably I don't know. I don't really like how they like structured the world that you move through because it was supposed to be like an MMO. I don't know if they ever really hit that mark with it, but the concept's good and the visuals are fun, and even the writing is actually pretty funny in that game. I actually didn't mind it. I put a few hours in the Koromon, which has some interesting kind of like evolution mechanics. But I didn't really play enough to have more thoughts on it. Like I think the ones that like really stick out to me, because like the battle mechanics are the same across all of these, or they add in a little gimmick like cassette beasts. It's the world and the mysteries and all that kind of stuff, and the hidden secrets to find that set them apart for me. Like so, like that's why I don't think any of them have like stacked up to Emerald for me.
Sure.
Because Emerald was so good with their Reggies and trying to like just getting to Rayquaza is a puzzle in its own.
Was that your first
like
one?
No, I played like Fire Red. I played not Fire Red. Played like Blue and Yellow and Fire Red, and then Emerald. I think Emerald was the one that like I started with, but I didn't play more post Emerald. Like I didn't play the ones on the DS or anything like that.
Yeah, I was a long time lapsed Pokemon fan, and I feel like I'm getting back into Pokemon. I've gone back and played a lot of the games I missed. I was like a massive Gen 1 fan. I loved everything about Gen 1. I had the cards. I loved all the N64 games. I played all the Blue a million times. I love the anime. And I just kind of stopped. I think I just kind of outgrew it at a time, and now I've ungrew
Pokemania.
But now I've ungrew it. Yeah, I ungrew it. And I'm back. I'm back. I'm watching all the cartoon and everything. I'm like, this shit slaps. I want things that are more like the cartoon.
I know my sound went out when you were mentioning Aethermancer. So the difference with that game is it actually has a roguelite structure to it.
Oh, gotcha.
So it's not like a story. I mean, it is story driven, but it's run based. And you kind of build up your creatures as you go. I played a bunch of the demo. I really dug it. I'm not sure it'll scratch the itch that you want from a Pokemon game, though. It's different.
Yeah. Well, the other part of this Pokemon news is that the person who was behind, there was a leak last year, a hacker leak called the Terra leak, where a bunch of documents got internal documents from the Pokemon company got leaked. They pretty much opened the floodgates, and seemingly a year after that hack, have released everything they had, which includes an incredibly detailed roadmap of the next 6+ years of Pokemon games, along with some kind of staggering internal drama and gossip from the Pokemon company, including like the usurping of a longtime director because they apparently the employees under him mutinied. But we're not going to show any of this stuff, because if we show this stuff, everyone's going to go to prison. If you watch it, you're going to go to prison. Eric's going to go to double jail for showing it. We're going to go to all sorts of different jails. But the news, in terms of new games and stuff, they've said Pokemon Generation 10 is coming next year. That they're called Pokemon Wind and Pokemon Wave, and that they're set in like Southeast Asian islands, and that a big theme of it is water, is like swimming underwater and everything. And so we saw that, and there was some technical, some like footage of the engine and everything behind that. And then, so that's supposedly releasing next year. There's a game called Codename Ringo, set for 2027, which is Legends 3 in the Galar region. There's a game set for 2028 or later that is Codename Seed, and it is a multi-region game, and it looks like it connects the maps of the first 5 generations of Pokemon, and you go to all of them. Like, you go to Kanto, you go to Johto.
Is that long-rumored Pokemon MMO?
Yeah, which that has been talked about a very long time. And then the first sort of footage or screenshots or stuff of Generation 11 set for 2030 also got shown off. And that looked like a visual overhaul. And then, so that stuff is combined with, like I said, the drama Junichi Masuda, who directed most of the beloved Pokemon games of like the GBA and DS era, apparently kind of was usurped because some personal issues, and there was like a lot of drama during the development of X and Y, and so a new director has got brought on for that. So it's just kind of insane that all of these things got leaked in there, and I'm relatively certain they're real in terms of the documents are real. Of course, plans change. Like, some of these games may not exist, maybe in different forms, might get canceled, might have already been canceled because these were older documents. And that's what Jason Farrow over in the Patreon said. Some of the leaks seem outlandish. One mentioned a game combining multiple regions, and based on their track record, that seems bogus. Do you believe these leaks are real? I think the leak is real. I don't know if these games will happen. I mean, any studio probably has a shit ton of ideas they're throwing around and plans for, this is what we want to do 5 years from now. But, you know, I'm sure a lot of studios had plans for 5 years from now in 2019, and then obviously the pandemic threw a wrench in all of those plans. But yeah, just kind of an insane leak that has happened to Pokemon on several occasions, which is shocking to me. And I guess it's less shocking because they have this isn't like an internal Nintendo leak. This is a Pokemon company leak, and I think the Pokemon company works with so many other subsidiaries that I don't even know who this is a hacking of, if it is of Pokemon Company proper or if it's of some third party they work with. But just, yeah, kind of crazy how much just randomly dropped in the middle of the week.
Yeah, I wonder how many years, I mean, it'd be hard to do because the install base of the Switch 1 is so big, but like how many years they're going to support Switch 1 as a platform before leaving it behind for Pokemon.
Oh,
clearly, you know, I think like ZA is clearly held back by being developed for Switch 1 again, visually and all that. And so, like,
sure.
I would they ever drop it? You think they make 2 different versions now? Like,
I think next year's game will drop it.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. You think they'll force it to Switch 2 to sell more systems?
No, I don't actually know. I don't know. I honestly haven't thought about that.
Seller, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like
I haven't
you know,
thought about that too
there's some
much.
like I think a bunch of people got confused if they saw those leaks because like there's a visual target render
Oh, sure,
of
that's
what they
not.
want to do, and then
Yeah.
there's a prototype render of what they've put together, and the prototype is almost as close as you're going to get to like gray boxing, just with
Yeah.
additional details in there.
Yeah.
So I don't think like the next Pokemon is going to look that good, but I mean like there's hints of like added tech in ZA already with better looking foliage and buildings and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Scary old
and it
man
clearly
who's apparently 3,000 years old, according to chat. That man's 3,000
Yeah.
years old? If you live to be 3,000, do you look all tall and gangly? I don't want to be 3,000.
Probably. That's probably how that
I
works.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't. I don't agree with you. I think they're going to continue supporting Switch 1 for as long as they can.
I don't even know if I agree with me. That was the first time I thought about that. That was just my answer. Yeah, I guess, Casey, what do you think? Do you think they'll stick with Switch 1 for a while, like cross-gen games, or do you think...
Probably. Like, and it may not have been their original plan to do that, but like it seems like they may be forced to do that in terms of just the adoption rate of new tech. And I know that Switch 2 has seemingly sold well for them so far, but like I can't imagine that keeps up with just the state of the world. Like everything's getting more expensive, people are getting broker. Like I don't know if they're gonna be able to keep feeding the masses tech like this. So yeah, they're gonna want to play to their install base. But I would probably guess that whenever, because they put like 5 years about in terms of like a new benchmark of visuals, like a visual overhaul. My guess is whenever they do get to the point where they're ready to do a visual overhaul, that's when they'll leave the Switch 1 behind. So like maybe that's in the next 5 years, like that document said. But if that document was leaked years ago, maybe the next 5 years is in 2 years now, right? Like I don't know.
You think
if
in
it was dated.
2030 they're going to release a game that's available for a console from 2017?
Nintendo, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Like Nintendo would absolutely do that.
Just Dance 2026 available now on Wii.
I mean,
they could absolutely move it up because I do think if they see sales waning on one piece of hardware versus the other, then I think they'll feel more comfortable, and then they might start to push these things up. But like if they don't have to, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
Because
Eric has a point. There are games still coming out for PS4, and that shit came out in 2013.
Yeah.
But what games are coming? Are good games coming out for PS4? No offense.
It's probably
like Elden Ring. Wasn't Elden Ring on PS4? Did I make that up?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think you made that up.
It's probably like the FIFAs and Maddens and stuff, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Elden Ring. Elden Ring's on PS4.
It is.
I'm gonna play Elden Ring on PS4. I want to do a thing where I play all of these monumental games the worst way possible. Like I want to do Breath of the Wild on Wii U, which I know you've done.
It's the same. Breath
not
of the
the
Wild
same. Don't you dare say that.
Exactly
I've never seen it
game.
on Wii U. Never saw it on Wii U. Yeah, Persona 5 was on PS3. Oh my god, I want to play Persona 5 on PS3. PS3. 3. That was several PS5s ago.
No, that makes
Several
sense. Those games
PS5s
aren't
ago.
that intensive.
Don't you dare say that, Casey.
What? It's just the
Dare
truth.
say that. What are you talking about? Did you see when you
Probably
when you go to the hot
less-
doctor and she gives you pills, the silhouette crosses her legs when you go to the new menu.
Okay.
You
Need all those teraflops for that, I guess.
Person in chat reminded us that like God of War Ragnarok's even on the PS4. So
That's
there's only
insane.
been a few PS5 like true PS5 exclusives.
Oh, that's
Returnal,
true. Yeah, that is true.
Astrobot.
Returnal, Astrobot, and
Demon Souls.
Yeah. And then obviously Ghost of Yotei didn't come out on PS4.
That's true. The Last of Us Part 2 on the PS5 edition only came out on PS5. The Last of Us Part 1 on PS5 only came out on PS5, not on PS4 and PS3. Think about that. A couple super chats that rolled in. Captain President, thank you again with a $10 dono. Going back to the footage of ZA, said it looks like Power World. They should sue. If one of these Pokemon pull out a gun, then listen, fair game. They can sue. Yeah, I guess Pal World was also one of those games that no one like plays Pal World for enjoyment, right?
I did.
Like it was a goof game, wasn't
love
it?
it.
It was, but
No,
it was
it's
the
game.
most fun creature collector I have played in a while. Like it was legitimately fun to run around an open world, catch things, train them up, and then like deal with puzzles and situations using those things. That was great.
Yeah, 1.0 is next year.
I mean, I probably won't go back to it though.
That game's not at 1.0
I'll
yet.
I'll
Didn't it come
probably-
out 15
no.
years ago?
Oh, it came out a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
It's almost 2 years. It was January. It'll be 2 years in January.
Yeah, that's not
I
bad
w- I wish
for an early
I
access
wish
game.
someone who wasn't
And they've added
being
a ton of shit
skeezy
to
at
it.
all just took this approach. Like make an ambitious Pokemon, because that's
Sure.
what they did. But they also
No, you know who is
kind of
the
tried to eat
people.
somebody else's lunch.
What's that one that Amy reviewed that she really liked?
Nexomon?
Fuck. Nexomon, yeah. Nexomon 3 is
Nexomon.
going full 3D open world, and the footage they've been showing of it in development looks really good. Like I'm excited for that one. And that was the one I was trying to think of when people were asking me about Pokemon likes. Nexomon Extinction, like the second one that they did for consoles and PC. That one's really good. Like the writing in that is really funny.
Multiple Nexomon games?
The art is really good.
I think it started as like a
world
mobile
exploration
game.
is really good. Yeah, Nexomon started mobile, but the Extinction was really fucking good. And yeah, Nexomon 3 looks really awesome.
Footage that Eric's showing looks pretty good.
Yeah, you should try Extinction. Like it's really fucking good.
I've never liked a Pokemon game that's not Pokemon. I don't even think I like.
I think you might actually win this one.
I don't know. They don't got the sauce. This looks good. This could have sauce, but like a lot of these games don't have it. I'm also very curious about Beast of Reincarnation, which is the Game Freak game that Game Freak is making for PC and next gen PS5 and Xbox, not Switch 2. So this is like a real, don't say real game. I didn't mean to say real game, but like, a video game. I didn't mean to say that either. But I'm just curious what
AAA looking video game
that will be. Like this, the Pokemon company are making this. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but like,
it's interesting.
And I don't want a Pokemon game to look like this.
Yeah, we don't need that.
No, we don't need that. But yeah, I don't know. Just I'm intrigued by it.
I think Nexomon 3, if they nail it, has a really good chance of eating Pokemon's lunch. Not making the same amount of money, but as far as like becoming the new gold standard for something like what they're doing, I think that has a good chance to do it.
To just embarrass them a little. Be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you still doing this?
And the only way Nintendo will fight back is sue them for something.
Yeah, that's funny. You mean Pokemon or Nexomon will eat Pokemon's jelly donut?
I know. I got that reference.
You got that one. It's not onigiri. It's a jelly donut. It's not a Homer reference.
Do you know we're getting the Simpsons 2 movie?
Why are we getting
what?
We're getting a sequel to the Simpsons movie?
Why are we doing that? I am excited for this. I always watch the Treehouse of Horror episodes, and there's one on, I think, this weekend.
and apparently Simpsons has gotten good again. So you know what? Maybe
Or an Eye Patch Wolf. I watched a whole video about how Simpsons got good again. But
we didn't need an Eye Patch Wolf video about that. You could just watch the Simpsons.
I'm not going to watch the Simpsons, though. But I'll gladly watch Eye Patch Wolf telling me how it got good again. Inverse Skies, thank you so much for a $3 Australian dollar dono. Does ZA have your favorite Pokemon in it? Ooh, that's a good question. Do you have a favorite Pokemon? Do any of you guys have a favorite Pokemon?
I'm basically Pikachu.
Honestly, I might also be Pikachu because he's so cool in the cartoon.
Boring.
It is boring. I agree. What was yours?
Pikachu has the most personality of any Pokemon who has ever Pokemoned,
except for Meowth.
Rayquaza was a formative moment for me.
Meowth is a dickhead.
Meowth isn't a dickhead. Meowth learned how to speak because he was in love. He taught himself English.
That's simp behavior.
Learning to speak is simp behavior. I mean, I guess if you're doing it
to get
solely,
laid,
and he didn't.
Yeah,
let me tell you, he didn't. But you like Rayquaza? Rayquaza's cool.
Rayquaza he was a formative moment for me because that was the first time my mom caught me cursing, trying to catch him.
Is Rayquaza a curse?
No. You probably said fuck. You didn't have a master ball to throw at him? Yeah, Rayquaza's cool.
I did. He broke out of it. That's why I was so mad.
I never got that was an Emerald, right?
Yeah.
I've never got that far in Emerald, so I don't know.
Does that one have an opposite? Like there's a red one of him?
What? No, he's like the what was it? Diamond version, kind of, because it's like there was Ruby and Sapphire and then Emerald.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire had like a red and a green version of things, and then Emerald had Rayquaza, who's like the leader. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why I'm explaining it. I've never even played it.
Emerald was cool because you could capture both the red guy and the blue one in Emerald, where you usually can't do that.
Damn, Roy G. Biven all over the place.
But like getting to Rayquaza though was a challenge because like there's a tower you have to climb, and you have to ride a bike through the tower and memorize where the holes in the ground are going to open up as you go, and it's super fast. And if I remember as a kid, it's really fucking hard to control on a Game Boy controller.
Also, if you went back as an adult,
there's
you
like
probably
4
this
floors
actually
you
isn't
gotta do.
difficult at all. I was just a dumb kid. I sometimes go back to games.
Possibly.
One of two things
It
happen.
might be way more difficult.
I was about to say one of two things happen.
Yeah.
I go back as a kid and I'm like, I was an idiot. This is simple. Or I go back and I'm like, I was just better than I am now. I don't have like I've dulled my reflexes. I just don't have the dexterity to do this anymore.
Right? I'm going to finish the
Crank it
Lion
all
King, I
the way.
promise.
It's impossible. I think once you hit 25, it's impossible to finish the Lion King.
No, I just didn't get the bugs. I know where the bugs are. We'll finish it.
All right. Well, someone's got a pack tomorrow. Doesn't have time to finish it.
Oh,
Yeah, I can't tomorrow.
People are questioning my Pokemon cred because I said he broke out of a Master Ball. I was thinking Ultra Ball is what I was thinking. That's the one right before
I
Master
also don't
Ball.
think any
right?
of us like claim to have a ton of Pokemon cred.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
I just like the cartoon,
But
and I forget what happens
Yeah,
in
I'm
the
more
cartoon
versed in the
every week.
cartoon. I'm much more versed
but
in the
I did,
cartoon than the games, yeah.
I wanted to Google to fact check myself, and AI is very helpful at this. It says, no, a Master Ball will never break out of a Master Ball. Thanks, Google.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Greg.
AI. We love
Glad
you.
you're destroying the planet by giving us those words of wisdom. Tamer Oz, thank you so much for $5 Australian. Rumor is Cyndaquil was snubbed as a starter because of leaked Game Freak lore where a shape-changing Typhlosion has a child with a girl, for those who don't know.
Huh?
What?
So this guy, this Cyndaquil,
Yeah.
evolves into a Typhlosion and apparently fucks a human and creates a child.
They
Is
wrote
that an
they wrote this internally at Game Freak?
That was like a whole thing. How there was like, I think there was like one gooner who worked at Game Freak who was like sneaking in a bunch of lore, like real horny lore, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, good stuff. That I believe that lore was also
Perfect.
that lore was also part of this thing fucked a human woman. That's
Why
worse
did they
than that woman kissing Sonic or Sonic kissing that woman. That
Why'd
was
they
also
punish
part
the
of
Pokemon though.
that was
Like
also
they-
part of the leak. I didn't like that one shot of the he had his hand on the shoulder. I didn't like that at all.
They punished the Pokemon
pay
for
for
this,
child
though.
support.
Like, Cyndaquil didn't do anything.
Guys, it's just jokes a bunch of teenagers in a group thread sent each other. And as it turns out, it was like 50-year-old men in
shit.
Japan. Frozen Socks,
too
thank you so much
soon.
for $10 dono. Appreciate you, Frozen Socks.
I don't know if they appreciate us after dropping that lore on them.
I just read the super chat.
'Cause
I'm just
I wouldn't
Cronkiting.
appreciate.
I'm just reading super chats like Cronkite did back in the day. Inverse Skies with $3 Australian. Thank you so much. I played Breath of the Wild on Wii U. It was fine. Honest. I don't believe it. I think you're all part of a psyop.
If you have to put honest after a sentence, it's not true.
It's the same game.
I think you guys are part of a psyop.
There is
I'm sorry.
no discernible difference between Breath of the Wild on the Wii U and the Switch.
Psychological operation. I don't know if that's what psyop stands for. That's not true. It's got to be different. I can't, in my mind, that piece of shit thing can't run the greatest game of all time.
It was made for it. It can.
It was literally made for it. It was primarily developed for it. Literally, the thing you get in the game is a Wii U tablet.
Yes, that Breath of the Wild belongs to the Wii U. That's what Nintendo wants you to forget.
IUP, a Pixel Magus, all saying they played on Wii U. You're all part of this psyop, so it's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna be tricked by you. Minduel, thank you so much for a $2 dono. Why can't we have Pokemon for adults with murder, etc.? We did have Pokemon for adults. It was called When Typhlosion Fucked That Woman. I mean, Persona's kind of like that, right? Like
The manga's like that. Like the manga has like a lot more violence and stuff. Like Pokemon, like it's more like dog fighting. Like they'll like bite each other and draw blood and shit.
Speaking of manga, when I'm in Japan, do you want me to pick you up a copy of the Sakurai autobiography manga?
Yeah, hell yeah! I just saw that was a thing.
That's coming out in a few weeks. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna buy the Sakurai life story in manga form. It's gonna be great.
I'll 100% read that. Thank you.
And then Mirith D, thank you so much for a $2 donor. Breath of the Wild was better on the Wii U because of 2 screens. That I can actually get behind. I like the 2 screens. Mirith's the only one.
What do you mean? You got 2 screens now. You got your Switch and your cell phone.
Oh God, I hate that. Because my phone will go to bed and they'll be like, we're not connected anymore. Go to bed, go to sleep. That's not the term. That's not even that. What is the term for when you turn off a phone? You just turn off the screen?
Die. It'll die.
It's not even dying. What is the term?
You put your computer to sleep.
You don't put your phone to sleep.
It
You
crosses
just
the
turn
Rainbow
screen
Road.
off.
No, your phone does all the things you said. You can do all the things with your phone.
It can't.
It's a
It
more-
I don't think my
die,
phone
it
can.
can't
I
go
don't
to
think your phone
sleep, it
could
can
go to
wake up.
sleep.
Yes, it can. It has a
No, 'cause
sleep
it's still-
option.
I don't think so. Why do I keep dying on these hills where I don't have
What
any knowledge?
generation are you
I don't know.
living
I don't
in?
know why.
I don't.
Do you have a
Dude, when it comes to
corded phone in your
technology,
house
I don't.
somewhere?
When it comes to technology, I don't know what is going on. I'm like,
I
I am
think you
the
still have a
3,000-year-old man in the hotel in Legend ZA. I don't know what is
With
going
his
on with technology.
13 growth spurts.
Yeah. He's too tall. I don't like him. All right. What have we let's chat about what we've been playing. What we've been playing and watching. Casey, what you've been playing and watching.
I jumped into a bunch of Steam Next Fest demos. I'm going to be
nice.
writing about a couple of them, but some I won't be writing about. So I might as well talk about them here because they were bad. And that was there was a game called Dusk Fade, which is not a very memorable game, but it's a puzzle, not a puzzle platform. It's a 3D platformer that is very much a Kingdom Hearts ripoff. But it doesn't have any of the things that Kingdom Hearts boasts, which is, notable characters that are sort of cameoing in, right? It's just a kid who looks like Sora, a sword that looks a lot like a key and acts like a key, like you open chests with it, literally.
Yeah.
And then it's got kind of a bright fantasy world that he's jumping around and attacking things in. And it all feels really floaty. Enemies are really bland. And it's bad. It's pretty bad. It's very derivative. There was a big boss fight in it. And I think I've never played Kingdom Hearts like that, but I do know Kingdom Hearts does have kind of really tense boss battles in it, right? You get some real all-timer boss fights in those games. And I think they're also trying to recreate that level of intensity as well, because they do have kind of intimidating looking bosses. And I liked that the boss will have phases where it'll force you away from it. And you have to do some platforming to kind of get back, at least the one fight that was in the game. But because the platforming is so bad and because the combat is so bad, all of that it was super frustrating. I would die needlessly and repeatedly. And by the end of the demo, I was so fed up with what anything good I could have said about it, like maybe some of the environmental design and looks, I just didn't care anymore. It was really a really unpleasant experience.
Good graphics don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say the trailer looks good, but
it looks very pretty.
Yeah.
But everything else about it was just kind of terrible.
That will not be making our favorite games of Steam Next Fest.
And a less terrible game I played, it was a pretty lengthy demo as well, is a game called Barcore, where you actually control a dog who, in kind of a stealth action scenario, the dog has a vest and gets access to a bunch of spy gadgets and stuff. And then you get dropped into a level, and then you basically have to get, achieve certain objectives. And the levels the one level that they had in the demo was pretty big. And there are multiple paths to get to the different areas, which was cool. But the stealth is really forgiving. The enemy AI, and in a stealth game, the enemy AI tends to be kind of dumb, but this felt kind of extra dumb. There wasn't a ton of challenge to the stealth in this. And when you do mess up and cause alarms, it just throws a bunch of guards at you. And the combat when you have to take on several guards is also bad. There's some third person shooting in it as well, and some dog biting combat, but it's not good. So it's better to stay stealthy.
Dog biting combat.
Yeah, it's all you can do is bite a guy, and then the guy's on the floor for a couple seconds. It's goofy.
That seems like a game that started with its name.
Right. Yeah, that was
Barcore.
That was the original concept.
Yeah.
And I like the premise of you having access to all these weird things and it being stealthy and whatever. But it's kind of just not coming together. But it's also not terrible. I did enjoy exploring the big open level. and the demo kind of cuts abruptly. Like you don't get to the end of that level, which you're like kind of discovering secrets, and like you can eavesdrop on conversations to learn easier ways to get into certain locations and stuff. Like all that was cool. Like I like the exploration aspect of that. And I just wanted to see how it concluded, but it kind of ends pretty quick before I could get a real feeling for it. So I don't know. I'm kind of two minds about it. Like I would want to play it more just to see if it does start to click, but I do think it could also use a bunch of polish.
Yeah, and who knows? Some of these Next Fest games are coming out in like 3 weeks, and so they're clearly done. And then other ones are like
right
Q4 2026, which might slip to 2027. So anything could happen.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, outside of that, I did actually start playing a proper game that was released, Shinobi Art of Vengeance.
Nice.
That's a really fun action platformer.
Like a Casey game.
It is gorgeous, like just incredibly detailed hand-drawn art. Like, and I know we play a lot of hand-drawn art games, but this is someone who like draws. Like this is like when you're like your friend who like went to art school, like they would just sketch cool shit in their book. Like everything looks like that. Like it looks like the box art stuff for like Metal Gear Solid back in the day. Like that's what every character looks like in motion. The backgrounds are gorgeous. Like you can see on screen right now, like all like the super moves and specials and stuff. Like it's just really visceral looking, really bright and splashy. And it also feels really, really smooth. You have a lot of movement options right from the very beginning. Like you have double jumps and dashes, and you have fun parkour where like if you do like a roll over an obstacle, like you kind of clear that obstacle. If you do a roll in the middle of a combo, you'll like knock someone away and then carry the momentum forward to continue the combo. Like there's a lot of deep interlinking stuff with all the moves, and like you keep unlocking more moves as you go. So like you get just more adjectives in order to like string together longer and longer combat scenarios. And like the game starts being fairly forgiving as well. Like I was gonna kind of judge a little bit of being like way too easy, especially coming off of like a Silk Song. But very quickly they ramp things up, like after like stage 3 and onward. And it gets real tough after that. So like I'm absolutely loving it and in my element right now. Like there's also like secret stuff that has like extra super challenging platforming stuff that like I'm having a great time with. Just the story's stupid. Like I'll say that much. Like it's really hokey. But it does seem a little knowing. Like for example, like the character, and I think is like Shinobi is a long running franchise, so the character's always had his goofy name of Joe Musashi.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize, but I guess it's a running joke that Joe just never talks. Like everyone else is voiced in the game.
So he just goes,
yeah, he just grunts like, and everyone knows what he's talking about. So that kind of wink and a nod, that wink and a nod kind of humor I'm actually into.
Yeah.
So it's really, I'm having a really, really good time. Like I'm probably gonna finish this like slowly over the course of the next several weeks or whatnot. But
did you play Ninja Gaiden Ragebound?
I played the demo. I haven't gone back to play the regular game yet.
Yeah.
But I jumped into this because I hadn't tested it all yet.
So close to
yeah, that is weird. And they do feel very different. Like it's not like two similar games that are doing the same thing. Like there's similar games that are doing different things.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden is very precision based, where this is more, beat 'em up based.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're both action platformers, but they feel and do very different things.
Yeah, they even look very different. In my mind, they looked very similar, and then seeing them back to back, I was like, oh no, they look very different.
Yeah.
And
they look very good too in their different ways. Like they're both excellent in terms of art design, but they're definitely going for different styles, and it shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I'll get to Ragebound eventually as well, because I really did like what I played of it in the demo. But right now, I'm Shinobi pilled.
Nice. You've been playing anything else?
Yeah, I have been catching up on the newer seasons of Futurama. Season 12 and 13, I believe. I finished 12 already, and I'm a couple deep in 13. because this was another of the long running comedy series that they've been bringing back. They got the original cast all back for a lot of the original writers and stuff, original creators like Matt Groening's on board. And I haven't heard a lot of people talking about it, but honestly, they kind of haven't missed a beat. Like Futurama was probably one of my favorite like animated comedies ever. So coming back to it and it's still feeling like the same level of comedy and like goofiness and like heartfeltness, because like Futurama would have a lot of episodes that would kind of like tug on your heartstrings in cool, interesting ways.
Yeah,
they're still able to do that. Like
Mhm.
the episode I just watched, for example, really well. This one wasn't. I guess it wasn't super like sad, but it was incredibly nerdy, like in the way that only Futurama can be. Like it was about the it was about the disconnect between the physical understanding of things and the conceptual understanding of things. And they used math and numbers as like the back and forth. Like, oh, numbers as a concept are, not real. Like numbers don't exist in the real world. And the theoretical application of them, someone finds more interesting or more beautiful than the physical application of them, which is everything in society. Like math makes up all of the things you do and how things work. And it was like two competing ideals against two professors and two people as to which one was better. And like they used sentient talking numbers to kind of get that point home. And like they had all sorts of stupid ass jokes, math jokes. And you know how I am with math. Like I don't like math, but like
we're very anti
the concept of math.
Very cool. What you're saying right now sounds fucking awesome. That sounds great.
Right. And it's a really, really cool episode that just really makes you think about just the world. Like it's a very philosophical episode. And I'm just so happy that it's back and it can still do that. Because like they do that all the time in the old series. So I had a great time with that.
Hell yeah. It's cool. Anything else?
No, nothing I can think of right now.
Good. Nick, how about you?
How about you guys?
Yeah, had a pretty busy week. Obviously, I've been playing a lot of demos for Next Fest. Include most of the ones I actually want to talk about in the video that we're going to do. I will say the one that did disappoint me, because Casey brought up the ones that disappointed him, was the Crystal Theater of Idols. It's the FPS, like that horror FPS that's coming out of Blumhouse. It's one of their published games. So, Marty, I assume you can't talk to this because you do some work with them.
Certainly cannot.
I don't.
I'll let you speak though.
Yeah. Just trailer looks really cool. It looks like a horror BioShock, but mechanically it is rough. Like the combat just does not feel good to play at all. And as I like, part of the demo is like escaping from kind of a big name enemy that you can't kill that tracks you around and kind of hunts you down, but the level design is like so hard to read. It was almost like impossible for me to just figure out where I was going to go, and I was just getting really frustrated. So really cool looking game in the trailers. I do not see that one reviewing well, and it doesn't I think it comes out early next year, but maybe the demo is just bad. But so far I'm sadly not impressed with that one, and I wanted to be.
Yeah, because this trailer does look kind of cool. Like he's like reloading guns with like blood
like
infusions.
Yeah. You like basically like your ammo is your health, which is an interesting mechanic. I'm not sure how fun it is and kind of frustrating, but a lot of cool ideas. Just I don't know if the execution is there, so I'm interested to see more of it. But I'm not sold on it yet, unfortunately. But yeah, the demos that I have picked to write about, I think people will really dig if they're not playing them already. As far as other smaller games I've been playing, couldn't talk about last week, but I can talk about this week. Ball X Pit.
Do we know how to say this game? Do we know how to say this game's name?
Ball X Pit.
We sure X is pronounced? It's not just Ball Pit?
I think you can say Ball Pit.
Okay. I'm not telling you you're saying it wrong. Like all of these things are always like Hunter, X Hunter. Like I don't like.
Yeah, like I've heard it all the way.
Write it out.
Hunter Cross Hunter. I've heard that too.
Get out of here. I hate it.
Whatever.
Ball Pit.
New game from Devolver Digital, and it is just much like I talked about with Clover Pit. A very simple game. It's basically Dice Breaker, well, not Dice Breaker,
Brick Breaker.
Brick Breaker.
Brick Breaker. Yep. With roguelite elements and actually some like city building elements, and it's just fun. Like I've been trying to think of like how I would write a video essay on this, and I can't think of any other way to describe this game other than just fucking fun.
You're becoming a big pit boy.
Yeah,
pit, ball pit.
It's almost like a creature collector game, kind of, in a way, like where you are finding, you need to unlock all the different balls you can use, which all the different elemental effects. You can combine like pretty much any ball together to make another ball, or a like an evolution of a ball, which completely changes it. So like, let's say you get like an electric ball and a ice ball. You can combine those and you will get a blizzard ball out of it, which gives you a big air of effect and freezes things. Or you can combine like an earthquake with poison, and it creates like a swamp type ball.
Oh my God,
pretty much. Yeah. So
oh no,
yeah, just it's really fun finding all the different combinations. And then the one thing they do that's really, really, really smart, to make it fun to go back and replay levels that you already beat, is you basically have to beat the levels with each character you unlock, and there is a shit ton of characters to unlock, and each character is unique in how they play with, whatever their starter ball is, their different like passives and buffs that they get. Some of them even play completely differently from like a normal character. Like there's one where you have to control two at the same time. So they have a lot of fun with it. Yeah. And you can just, create power builds that just break the game. And it's really, that's always a good roguelike does that, lets you basically break it. And then there's the whole town building aspect of it.
Is this on anything
Switch?
Other than PC? Oh, it is on Switch?
Yeah, it's on Switch too. Oh yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
I'm
playing it on PC and Switch.
Was this coming to Game Pass?
I don't believe so.
Don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Somebody has described it in chat as Breakout Vampire Survivors. Yeah, kind of. But it not like there isn't. You can beat each level. Like there's bosses in the levels. So like you get basically 2 mini bosses and then a final boss at the end of the level that is basically a bullet hell challenge. I want to correct myself. It is on Game Pass. Apologies for lying.
Oh, it is.
It is on Game Pass.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's on PlayStation. Well, it's on everything.
That's worth it. This game is worth the $30 a month. You're all forgiven, Xbox. Xbox is forgiven for the $30 a month. Yeah, and then there's the whole town building aspect too. So you unlock buildings as you go, and the town building aspect is a mini game in itself, where you basically shoot your characters like balls into the town, and they have to hit, the resources to collect resources. They have to hit the buildings to build the buildings. So you might like unlock a building, you might place it down, and you might not build it in the first time that you shoot your characters at it. So you actually have to wait. You have to go play another round, come back, and the next day starts, and then you can do that again to collect your resources. So it's just an extremely addictive loop. And even if you like, it's not really. It's described as a roguelite, but it really doesn't play like one. So I don't worry about like losing any progress or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very much level based.
Yeah, the demo was really fun. I'm excited to play more. It almost turns out like there's too many games.
Yeah, there are way too many games.
Have you been playing any more of the too many games?
I have. Battlefield 6. I'm glad we can finally talk about that. I will say, out of the gate, I'm frustrated because clearly, if you spend enough money and time on a multiplayer game, you can have a very solid launch if you don't rush it out the door. Mm-hmm. Because Battlefield 6 has pretty much, I would say, been the smoothest FPS multiplayer game launch in a long time. So it's kind of frustrating to know that, like, could we have had this for Battlefield 3 through 1.5, if whatever,
incredibly confusing numbering for Battlefield. They'll do a year, and then they'll just do a V, and then they'll do 1. You can't just do
Yeah.
one in the middle.
So
It's nuts.
yeah, I haven't put any time into the campaign yet because I just can't really be bothered by it. I'll play it at some point, but I'm not expecting anything from it. So all my time has been put in multiplayer, but like the cliche as it is to say, is Battlefield back? Like, yeah, this is like what I wanted from Battlefield after all these years of 3 and 4. I
That's
liked 1, I liked 5. I did not like 2042. Like 2042, I think, is the only game of the series I really didn't like. So it wasn't going to take much to get Battlefield back to being back for me. My biggest criticism right now, and I think everybody's in agreement that's playing this game, is like the maps. They have some good maps, but they definitely need to adjust some of them. Like there's a specific map. I don't know what it is with Battlefield, but they love to rely on like putting their capture points in very big in development buildings that are just extremely fucking boring to fight in. And like everybody loves Battlefield when it's out in an open landscape. There's buildings to hide in, but you can blow them up and take away people's cover. Like, get back to that. We don't need all this like condensed urban warfare, even though it looks really fucking good. The destruction tech in Battlefield 6 is really cool. I love it. So yeah, I'm having a great time with this. It's sold 7 million copies already. So it is
On the way to 100.
I would imagine 100 million players. Yeah, I would imagine they are quite happy with the launch of this. And so far, the roadmap looks really good. Like in the first season, we're already getting, I think, 3 new maps. 2 of them big, 1 of them small. And if they can keep this game updated with fresh new content and not break it every time, Rainbow Six Siege. I'm sorry, Casey.
Hey, that's hard. Look, it's hard to do. It's hard to keep putting stuff in a bucket.
Yeah.
And not bursting the seams of the bucket.
If they can keep on the roadmap on this and keep delivering really good content and continued support, like maybe this does have a chance of hitting 100 million players. I don't know. It's really good though, and I'm really happy to say it's good because there was a lot of is DICE, Battlefield Studios dead kind of thing. So nice comeback from 2042.
Seems like
it's what the Saudi government paid money for. So
yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
It's not done yet.
And I guess we didn't even talk about that whole letter the union sent out to fight against that. So might be a next week topic.
Oh.
What a mess. There's no next week. Oh yeah, there is in person. We can't talk about a union letter next week in person. We gotta have a more fun topic.
Other than that, I did wrap up Ghost of Yote.
Hey, nice.
I really loved it. One of my favorite games of the year. Like I just didn't want to put it down. I loved exploring that world and just everything that you do felt so organic, and it never felt like I was doing optional content. It just all felt part. I said this last week. It all feels kind of like part of the same journey. And that's when open world games are at their best. When like you just flow from one thing to the next. Story is okay. I like the story. I really like the characters in this. I think I'll remember this cast more than I'll remember Tsushima's cast. Even though I like the main character of Tsushima a lot, but I think I'll butcher her name, but Erika, she did a fantastic job as the character. And I originally played it on Japanese voice acting, but I switched to English and it was fine. So I had a good time with that. But I just I want I don't know what I want Sucker Punch to do next after this. Like I don't know if I need another Japan-based Ghost game, but damn, like if they go the Assassin's Creed route and do this in other areas, like I would not be against that because I think like this blows Assassin's Creed out of the water.
I don't
very similar games, but
this feels such like an inherently Japanese thing. I don't know.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean I don't know. Yeah, and I just know, and it's also this thing has outsold Sly Cooper and Infamous so much that I can't imagine them going back to that, which is like,
I mean,
kind of sucks.
They could convert this into a Western thing. because
Yeah, they
like
could
those always
really
have the
damn
same
good.
energy as
Samurai.
movies, right?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a spaghetti
Yeah.
western. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The revenge story of this. So much of this feels like a western. There are missions that are just like, oh, you and another dude have to like infiltrate a drunken gambling den in order to like
Mhm.
take care of the people who are the inside. I'm like, you can just do this with cowboys.
Yeah, and now that I've said that out loud, Assassin's Creed should probably do that too. They should just make a cowboy.
Rockstar is not the only one who has to make. Other people can make cowboy games. You
Uh,
don't have to be the only one.
I could definitely like just pure speculation, but because of like the popularity of like mob stories in the media right now, especially big TV series, like I could definitely see Sucker Punch translating to that in some form. Maybe eating Mafia's lunch.
Oh no!
But
Assassino.
yeah, just my game of the year list is getting very crowded, and this is on the cusp of hitting that area, but I still don't think anything's beat Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for me yet this year. So yeah, just a really good time for games right now, and I can't even get to them all, even though I want to. And then I did watch a show this week. First show I've watched that wasn't on my list, but I kept seeing trailers for it and got interested. Task, which is on HBO, which has Mark Ruffalo and Tom Pelphrey in it.
Yeah.
Finale, I think, is next week.
That
so
show's got the belt. It's the best thing on TV right now.
Yeah, I got caught up with it, and I fucking love it. Like, it is just so well written. I wouldn't say it's like doing anything really new for crime drama, but it's just the cast is absolutely perfect. The story is heart-wrenching throughout. Like it's got like a really, a lot of crime dramas kind of like go big and broad. This one is very centralized on the people involved in it. It's not like a big grand conspiracy theory or anything like that. It's very personalized drama for crime. And Tom Pelphrey is like becoming one of my favorite actors out there. Like,
yeah, it's insane how good he is. So we talked about in the rewind a little while ago, but the thing that it kind of reminds me of The Wire in the way that it humanizes and makes you empathize with all sides of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you sympathize and empathize with the cops and the robbers and the robbies. Robbies. I don't know if that's a word. Folks getting robbed.
Ironically, his name is Robbie in Task.
And his name is Robbie. Yeah, that's right. Did you watch that's by a guy named Brad Inglesby, his previous show with Kate Winslet called Mayor of Easttown?
Is it Mayor of Easttown or Mayor of Kingstown?
M-A-R-E, Mayor of Easttown.
Oh,
her name is
no,
Mayor.
I did not watch that.
It's set in the same region, kind of a similar tone, more of like a single murder mystery. But really good, and like I just keep thinking she might pop up in next week's episode, and that these might be literally set in the same place in the same time.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's really that show's really good. I think it's the best thing on TV right now.
Yeah, I would not disagree with that. And like I said, Tom Pelphrey, I think Tom Pelphrey just has incredible emotional range. I think the first time I'd like really seen him as an actor was Ozark, and like I'm not gonna spoil it, but like he had me like baby crying, like just one of the saddest things I've ever seen on TV. Like, oh man, even just thinking about it makes you want to tear up. But fuck yeah, I think going forward, anything Tom Pelphrey's in, I'm gonna watch. And Mark Ruffalo, like too, also has incredible range in this show. Like he's
too good for the MCU. There's a lot of people who are too good for these fucking motion capture balls.
They're not too good for that money they get paid. So
no. Listen, I get that check. Put on your motion balls and go fight Punisher or Spider-Man or whatever the fuck you're doing, and then come back.
Yeah. So
that
is what I've been up to. So it's Pokemon ZA.
Yeah, I don't have anything new on my front that haven't already talked about. I'm slowly going through Ghost of Yote, slowly going through Hades 2, loving them both still. And lots of Pokemon. So good time for games.
Yeah, I'm curious
Nice.
to see what your thoughts are on it next week after you've had more time and once it opens up. And if
Ghost of
like the
Yotei
loop,
or
if the loop,
Pokemon?
Pokemon. If the
Okay,
loop,
yes,
if,
I will
yeah, if
still
the
be playing
loop holds
Pokemon
for you.
I will take a very long
Yeah.
break from Ghost of Yotei, though. I'm worried that I'm never going to finish Ghost of Yotei because there's a good chance I'm going to stop playing and I'm not going to come back
It's
to it for like a month.
fine.
I'm not like worried. Don't let him if anyone's writing a news story, like a summary of this, don't let him write that I was worried.
You know what comes out next week that I'm just like beyond curious about? Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
I still thought
That is either
next
going to
week.
that is either going to be a sleeper hit or it's going to be an catastrophe. I don't think there's any in between.
Yeah. My money's on the
But I'm
second.
very curious about it.
Same. That seems like if that game is good, it would be a miracle just out of like pulling that thing out of hell in order to drag it to the finish line. So,
and you also got Keeper tomorrow.
I can't believe that's coming.
I feel like there's no hype around.
There's no reviews for it out.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
a little word?
You think that's bad?
A little word. It's not always bad, but it's not.
You're
great.
right. Yeah, it's not always bad, but
I mean, I'm always a fan of when the embargo drops a week early, so they could like whip their dicks out on the table and be like 97, and I'm like, that's neat. Whereas this, I'm like, ooh, I hope it's good. But yeah, we shall see. Cool. Couple last super chats before we wrap things up. Dower Dodger, thank you so much for a $5 dono. Over under on if we'll get a quote normal Devolver Digital showcase next year. I mean,
Never.
Even if we don't get a normal one, if it leads to something like Ball Pit, then that's good, right?
I forgot their entire showcase was about that game this year.
Yeah.
But was it really? Because it was kind of about something entirely different.
It wasn't really. That was the only game that came from it. But yeah, I don't know if it was really about anything. Yeah. Devolver is also publishing Skate Story, which
and that looks great. And they did not talk about it at all.
No. I don't know what's going on there. So thank you, Dower Dodger. Oh, and then Dower Dodger with the Green Gang message. Like, can we get an update on Fantasy Critic? Hashtag Genki Boys. Genki Boys taking over the world. Dower Dodger, you might have been a little bit late. If you scroll back to the opening of the show, we go in depth on the current state of the race. And let me tell you, it's tight. It's real tight. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us today. Casey, where can folks find you? What should folks know about in your neck of the woods?
You can find me at Sigma Gears 9 on the interwebs. Because of this pending trip, I won't be doing any of my regular solo streams, so nothing on the Fridays for the next 2 weeks, nothing on the Sundays for the next 2 weeks, and definitely no surprise streams on Saturdays for the next 2 weeks. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, merch in the store. Get the Hot Monday Energy shirt and the Dokapon Kingdom shirt.
Hell yeah. Merchandise. Nick.
I'll have a new episode of Unpacked out tomorrow. There wasn't much news this week, so I finally took the time to make that beginner's guide to Souls-likes, which is for people that comment all the time that they think they're too hard or they hate the genre and they hate us talking about it. So if you like that, or if you make those types of comments, this video is for you specifically.
If you hate us talking about these games, here's us talking about these games.
Yes, because I will convince you to like them like I was. And then, most of the team is leaving this weekend, but I leave on Tuesday of next week to go help with the shoot. And then the week after that, as I posted on our Discord, I will be back while the rest of the team is out still shooting. And I'm going to be doing our usual Nights of Horror games. Where I will be switching, I think, between Jess and Jenna, playing short horror games that make me probably shit my pants. So if you like seeing me scream and make weird faces, then you'll be ready for that.
It'd be crazy if you actually shit your pants in the middle of one of these streams. That would be wild. Hopefully it would be like lucrative. The saddest thing would be if you shat your pants and there were no super chats. Like a low super chat stream with tons of pants shitting.
If I do, you won't know it because I'll just stay seated. So
is that worse than if
you're gonna sit in it? You're just gonna smush it like a little pancake in your pocket. Gross.
Who puts pancakes in there? Do you do this?
I don't know. I don't shit my pants.
That was a very specific thing for you to say. Are you putting pancakes?
A pancake in your pocket? What are you talking about? It's a normal thing. Everyone's out here talking about it.
We can change this topic. We can move
people
on
coming up to me on the streets, tears in their eyes, big firemen saying, "Sir, We got pancakes in our pockets. Then yeah, tomorrow Dev Heads will be back noon. They'll also be talking about Pokemon. I know Jay's been playing a ton of it. They'll probably have a more zoomed out look at Pokemon. I'll probably be back tomorrow night on my personal channel doing some anime streaming. And then yeah, like I said, we'll be doing some streams from Milwaukee. We'll be doing, like I said, a week from today. We should be doing a rewind or a Firelink in person. I believe the plan is to do a rewind at the normal rewind time next week with Jack and I in person, Eric managing everything, and Darren calling in. And Darren's also been playing Ghost of Yote. So maybe we'll just talk about
Really?
Ghost of Yote. Yeah. Darren
I
plays video
told him.
games. And he messaged me.
I told him.
How do people play video games? These are so goddamn long. And I was like, yeah, it's bad. They shouldn't be.
Yeah. I did tell him when he's done with it.
Right.
When he's done with it, I want him to make a video of a film editor's take on Ghost of Yote. So
He's not a film editor.
that is a video that's going to happen. I mean, a film critic on Ghost of Yote.
Film critic, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm
So
sure I'll have
that is
some
a video that you guys will be getting.
There you go. And then we should have an episode of Windbreaker, probably not this Monday. Windbreaker, we're taking this Monday off, but I think we'll be doing one in person the following Monday. And then if you're a member of the Phoenix tier, stay tuned because we're going to be doing our monthly hang. But since we're all going to be in person, we have a fun other thing planned instead of just watching a movie. So yeah, that one will be Patreon exclusive. The rest of them should be great. Yeah, and I think that is it. So
one more thing. If you're on the Patreon at the $5 tier, you can go watch the next Yahtzee lore video right now. Darksiders lore.
That's right, Darksiders lore. We got some good Patreon goodies coming up for you guys in the near future. We got a video cooking from Jay on Claire Obscure. I'm recording a second Let's Read of a new magazine. I chose the magazine. I haven't opened it yet, but on the cover of the magazine is The Rock giving the people's elbow to mankind, and I'm very excited to read this magazine. It's a video game magazine. It's not just like it's a Game Pro. It's an issue of Game Pro. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. So yeah, tune into all those. So for Nick, Casey, and Eric, this was Marty. This was Firelink, episode number 88. Thank you all so much, everyone watching live, donating, all of our wonderful patrons, anyone listening on your podcast service of choice. We appreciate you all. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your Thursdays, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.